I feel like a lot of us are not actually taking into consideration what's going on in this world, and mainly because of the fact that we are so desensitized to what's actually going on that we just look at the big picture instead of actually looking at what's actually happening in front of us. There's a reason why Trump is so tight with Elon. There's a reason why he's in the White House. What did Trump say? He said that he was going to make it so we could never vote again, or never have to vote again. I mean, I'm no scientist. I'm no politician. But to me, that sounds a lot like a pre-planned monarchy. Now, once again, I could be wrong, but from what I'm seeing, I'm not. What are the odds that once Trump gets out of presidency, that all of you MAGAs are going to go straight to Elon and he's going to run in 2029? And we're just going to be right here back to where exactly we are, because you guys never learn your lesson. We told y'all this was going to happen. Kamala told y'all this was going to happen. Now, because y'all wanted to FAFO, now we all got to FAFO.
Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So, all credit goes to the creators in this video. Y'all are amazing. So, guys, in today's video, we are still on the FAFO matter, right? Let's get into this video, see what these people say, hear from their perspective how FAFO is going.
So my dad is MAGA, and I'm obviously not. And we are very close. And the last, 6 months to a year have been really hard. Right? Because he's been defending and defending and defending. And I've had to dig really, really deep, spending time with him, knowing how he feels and what he supports. And it was sort of okay because it wasn't so blatant. And then after the Zelensky meeting yesterday, the embarrassment, the shock, the shame. And I woke up this morning in tears as soon as I woke up, because I realized that for me, that was the straw. That was the swan song. And I think I have to end my relationship with my dad. I can't. Because if he can watch the things he's been seeing, assuming that he's actually seeing the truth and not just watching one station that feeds him the information he wants. But if he can see all that's been going on, the taking away of human rights, the hatred, the isolation, the dictatorship, all of the things, if he can have seen all of that and still support that, that means that he is not a good human being. And I can't have him in my life. I can't. And so I woke up this morning thinking to myself, how am I going to do this? Because I'm very, very close with my mom. And I'm pretty sure that she would prefer to be on the blue side, but she needs to keep peace in her home. I mean, she's in her 80s. And I understand that. But she will defend him. And she will tell me that if I don't have contact with him, I can't have contact with her. But I can't continue, because every time I'm with him, I get a feeling in the pit of my stomach. And I feel sick. Because he's somebody who didn't believe that January 6th was a bad thing or that police officers were hurt. When I asked him about it, I said, you're so pro police officer. I said, 5, 6 of them died. Well, what are you talking about? And I said, what about the one that was beaten? And he said, he had a stroke. And I said, he had a stroke because they beat the shit out of him. And he just can't get there. And so I just realized that if he can see all of the things, and if he could look at yesterday and think that is defensible, and not think it's disgraceful and disgusting, that can only mean that he's not a good person. And I can't be around him. So I'm just hoping that others who are dealing with this or have dealt with this, I would love some thoughts, some comments, some feedback. If there's a way for me to mentally be okay with this, I mean, I don't see a way. I don't see a path to that. So would love some feedback. Thank you.
So MAGA women are in the find out stage right now because they're finding out that MAGA men basically use them for their anti-abortion sentiments and their hate against other women to get the bills passed they needed to, remain in that MAGA man power, misogynistic type of mindset. And now they're saying, hey, you guys did your part, but now we want you out because women shouldn't be in leadership, right? So all of this talk about feminism, right, and how bad it is and whatnot, MAGA women have dug themselves a fucking grave because now they used you. They used you. They used you to push this anti-feministic, anti-abortion, anti-women, right, rhetoric, and now they want you out. So feminism got you the role, right, that you used to just completely demolish your own self, right? So now go back in the kitchen and go make your husband some food.
Good morning. Good morning. Have an amazing, blessed day today. Thank God today that you woke up. Today I was on the Fuck Around and Find Out page, and I was seeing these town hall meetings. And I came to the conclusion is, before you decide to vote or before you decide to do something crazy, think about long-term consequences. Because now these Republicans are finding out what long-term consequences are. There's people losing their jobs, lots of changes to veterans, Medicare, Medicaid, So always look at what the consequences are going to be, or possible consequences are going to be, before you make decisions that not only affect you, but affect the whole country. Have an amazing, blessed day. Hopefully these things are not affecting you as much as it's affecting other people. I don't wish any bad on anybody. Nothing but love. My heart does feel for them. It truly does. I don't care if they're Republicans or Democrats. I don't care what political party you come from. But I do feel bad. I do. But take care of yourselves. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Know that I care for you and know that I wish nothing but the best for you.
Have you guys seen that CNN video of that teacher in Kentucky? And she's like complaining because she's like, oh my gosh, talking about, I did not vote for President Trump because I thought he was going to defund schools. I voted for President Trump because I thought he was going to make America great again. That's why I voted for him. And if he defunds public education, I am not going to have enough funding. I am not going to have enough teachers. I do not think that this is what the American people voted for. We are educators, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't educate yourself. Do you understand that the states that get the most amount of money, the most amount of federal funding for their public education system, all unanimously voted for Trump? I'm in Illinois. We are not on that list. Okay. Number one, we didn't vote for Trump. We voted for Kamala. I'm in a blue state. We send the most amount of money. We're like in the top 5 states that send the most amount of money to the federal government. And we draw the least down. Okay. So all these people in red states that complain about Medicaid and this, that, the other, we draw the least back from the federal government, and we are in the top 5 of states that send the most And we take the least amount of funding for public education. But the states that take the most amount of money for public education and for social programs and send the least amount of money to the federal government voted for him. And this woman is a teacher. So you mean you couldn't read Project 2025? You couldn't read it? Get the fuck out.
For the woman in Alabama crying on CBS that now she has no health care because she was fired, and all of you who lost your job in the university and your research and everything else, and all of you who voted for Trump, all of those MAGA tears that you're crying now, you can use them to fill the Gulf of America. Okay? And then the lady in Missouri on this TikTok saying, we live in rural Missouri. Well, we know you voted for Trump, but now we can't have telemedicine. I have a disabled child. We know you voted for Trump. Get your ass in the car and drive 2 hours, since they have now canceled Medicare telehealth. You all voted for this. You voted with hate, and now the hate is coming back at you because he told you in every one of his speeches what he was going to do. But you decided in your little hateful mind, oh, he's talking about those other people. Good for you. It's going to get even worse.
Have you guys seen that CNN video of that teacher in Kentucky? And she's like complaining because she's like, oh my gosh, you know, talking about, I did not vote for President Trump because I thought he was going to defund schools. I voted for President Trump because I thought he was going to make America great again. That's why I voted for him. And if he defunds public education, I am not going to have enough funding. I am not going to have enough teachers. I do not think that this is what the American people voted for. We are educators, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't educate yourself. Do you understand that the states that get the most amount of money, the most amount of federal funding for their public education system, all unanimously voted for Trump? I'm in Illinois. We are not on that list. Okay. Number one, we didn't vote for Trump. We voted for Kamala. I'm in a blue state. We send the most amount of money. We're like in the top 5 states that send the most amount of money to the federal government, and we draw the least down. Okay, so all these people in red states that complain about Medicaid and this, that, the other, we draw the least back from the federal government, and we are in the top 5 of states that send the most, and we take the least amount of funding for public education. But the states that take the most amount of money for public education and for social programs and send the least amount of money to the federal government voted for him. And this woman is a teacher. So you mean you couldn't read Project 2025? You couldn't read it?